Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, what if I had started earlier? What if you had taken that business idea seriously? What if you had saved the money instead of spending it? What if you had learned the skill? What if you had stopped making excuses? What if you had believed in yourself when nobody else did? The truth is, your future isn't waiting somewhere far away. Your future is being created right now. And there is one habit that can completely change the direction of your life. It isn't waking up at 5 a.m. It isn't being perfect. It isn't having thousands of dollars in your bank account. And it definitely isn't waiting until you feel motivated. The habit is simple. Keep the promises you make to yourself. Because every time you tell yourself you're going to do something and don't do it, you're teaching yourself that your own word doesn't matter. But every time you say, I'm going to do this, and then actually do it, you build something powerful. Self-trust. And once you start trusting yourself, you start moving differently. Today I want to take you on a journey through what this habit can do for your life, your money, your relationships, your goals, and your future. So stay with me until the end, because this message might be exactly what you need to hear today. And if you're new here, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with someone who needs this message. Let's get into it. We spend so much time thinking about our future. We say, one day I'll start. One day I'll save. One day I'll become successful. One day I'll start that business. One day I'll get serious about my goals. But here's the problem. One day isn't a day on the calendar. It's an excuse we use to delay taking action. Your future doesn't suddenly appear one morning. It is created through your daily habits. Think about it. If you spend every day scrolling for hours, your future will reflect that. If you spend every day learning, building, saving, creating, and improving, your future will reflect that too. Your life eventually becomes a reflection of what you repeatedly do. That's why you have to stop asking, what do I want my future to look like? And start asking, what am I doing today to create that future? Because your future self is depending on the decisions you make today. Let's talk about something many people don't realize. Every time you make a promise to yourself, you're creating a relationship with yourself. You say, tomorrow I'm going to exercise. Tomorrow I'm going to work on my business. Tomorrow I'm going to stop spending unnecessarily. Tomorrow I'm going to apply for that job. Tomorrow I'm going to finish that project. Then tomorrow comes and you don't do it. Maybe nothing happens immediately. Nobody calls you out. Nobody knows, but you know. And deep down, you begin losing confidence in yourself. That's why keeping small promises matters. You don't have to completely transform your life overnight. Start small. Tell yourself, today I'm going to spend 30 minutes working on my goal. Then do it. Tell yourself, today I'm going to save $20. Then save it. Tell yourself, today I'm going to learn something new. Then learn. Every small promise you keep is a vote for the person you're becoming. One of the biggest traps people fall into is waiting to feel motivated. They say, I don't feel like doing it. I'll do it when I'm inspired. I'll start when life gets easier. But successful people understand something different. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline has to stay. There will be mornings when you don't feel like getting up. There will be days when your business isn't making money. There will be videos that don't get views. There will be applications that get rejected. There will be people who don't believe in your dream. And there will be moments when you question yourself. That's when your habits matter most. Because you can't build a new life based only on how you feel. Sometimes you have to say, I don't feel like doing it, but I said I would. And then you do it anyway. That's discipline. Don't underestimate small actions. People often look at successful people and think, they got lucky. They had connections. They had money. They already knew what they were doing. But sometimes what you're seeing is the result of thousands of small decisions that happened when nobody was watching. 1 page written, 1 application submitted, 1 customer contacted, 1 video created, $1 saved, 1 skill learned, 1 difficult conversation, 1 decision to keep going, then another, and eventually those small actions become momentum. That's how change happens. You don't have to conquer your entire future today. Just win today. Then wake up tomorrow and win that day too. This habit also applies to your finances. You can't build financial stability if you constantly promise yourself, "I'll save next month. I'll start budgeting later. I'll start another income stream someday." At some point, you have to move. You don't need to start with 10 businesses. You can start with 1 skill, 1 service, 1 product, 1 small income stream, then learn how to improve it. That's actually one of the reasons I created my blueprint. From struggling to stacking, my CEO blueprint for building income streams. The goal is to help you think differently about income, skills, opportunities, and building multiple streams instead of depending on only one source. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out. And remember, you don't have to become rich overnight. You need to become consistent, because consistency can take you places that motivation never will. Maybe you're watching this right now and you're struggling. Maybe you're dealing with financial pressure. Maybe you're unemployed. Maybe you're trying to build a business and nobody seems to notice. Maybe you've been rejected. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've had people disappoint you. Maybe you've cried privately while telling everybody you're okay. I've learned that life doesn't always give us the easiest road. Sometimes you have to walk through pain before you understand your strength. But your struggle doesn't have to become your identity. You can struggle and still rise. You can be hurt and still heal. You can fail and still try again. You can lose something and still build something new. And if you want to hear more about my own journey through difficult moments, check out my video, My Emotional Untold Story, How I Survive Life's Pain and Still Rise. The link will be in the description. Sometimes your story isn't about how you avoided the pain. Sometimes your story is about how the pain didn't destroy you. Here's another lesson I want you to remember. Don't measure your progress only by attention. Sometimes you're building something and nobody is clapping. Nobody is liking. Nobody is sharing. Nobody seems to care. But that doesn't mean your work is worthless. There was a time when every big channel, every successful business, and every successful creator had very few people watching. They had to continue before the audience arrived. And that's the same mindset I try to apply here. Whether I'm creating videos, working on digital content, building ideas, or helping others with their goals, I understand that consistency matters. That's also what CEO Mindset Mastery is about. If you're a student or someone who needs help improving your writing, essays, projects, homework, or job applications, there will be a link in the description where you can get writing support. And if you're building a faceless YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram Reels, or Shorts channel, I also offer help with scripts, short-form content, and voiceover creation. So if you have an idea but don't know how to turn it into content, check the links in the description. Sometimes you don't need another excuse. You need the right support and the willingness to start. Let me tell you something else. Asking for help doesn't mean you're weak. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is recognize what you don't know and get assistance. Maybe you're good at business but struggle with writing. Maybe you have great video ideas but don't know how to create scripts. Maybe you want a faceless channel but don't want to record your own voice. Maybe you need voiceovers for your videos. Maybe you want help creating shorts, TikToks, or Reels. That's where support can make the process easier. And that's why I continue building services around content creation, writing support, voiceovers, scripts, and digital marketing. You can find the relevant links in the description. You can also connect with me through my TikTok, Instagram, and WhatsApp channel. All of those links will be available in the description. But remember this, tools can help you move faster. They cannot replace your discipline. You still have to show up. If you're a business owner watching this, don't underestimate the power of being visible online. You can have an amazing product or service, but if nobody knows you exist, how will they find you? That's one of the reasons I created Crissy Work Media. Crissy Work Media is dedicated to helping individuals and businesses grow their online presence through creative, professional, and results-driven digital services. From social media management to video creation, graphic design, and advertising, the goal is to help businesses attract attention and build strong brands. I believe every business deserves to be seen, heard, and taken seriously in the digital space. With creativity, consistency, and strategy, we can help turn ideas into results. At Crissy Work Media, we don't just promote businesses, we help them grow. If you're a business owner who needs help with your online presence, content, advertising, graphics, or video creation, message Crissy Work Media. The information and links will be in the description, because sometimes the next level of your business starts with simply deciding, I'm going to take my brand seriously. Now I want you to imagine yourself 1 year from today. Imagine you're looking back at this exact moment. What would you want to be able to say? Would you say, I kept making excuses? Or would you say, I'm proud of myself because I finally kept my promises? Imagine the version of you who finally became disciplined, the version of you who started saving, the version of you who started learning, the version of you who launched the business, the version of you who stopped chasing people who didn't value them, the version of you who started believing again. That person isn't created by wishing. That person is created by repetition. Every day you get another opportunity, another chance to make a better decision, another chance to keep your word, another chance to move closer. So don't worry about changing your entire life tomorrow. Ask yourself, what is one promise I can keep today? Then keep it. And tomorrow, make another. So let's go back to the beginning. Your future depends on one habit, keeping the promises you make to yourself, because when you keep those promises, something begins to change. You become more disciplined. You become more confident. You trust yourself more. You stop needing everyone else's approval. You start taking action. And eventually, your life begins to look different. Not because everything suddenly became easy, but because you became stronger and more consistent. Your future doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to keep going. It needs you to stop abandoning yourself every time something gets difficult. It needs you to believe that the small things you're doing today are creating something bigger tomorrow. So start today. Read that book. Apply for the job. Start the business. Save the money. Write the plan. Create the video. Learn the skill. Walk away from what keeps destroying your peace. And most importantly, keep the promise you made to yourself. Because one day, your future self is going to look back at you and say, "Thank you for not giving up on me."